No content today. Woke up feeling average, if I'm being honest. So bear with me in this video. This is a video, surprisingly, y'all requested, right? How to snipe. And I'm also going to throw in investments and all that. It's just going to be kind of a big market video. Because I've seen a lot of you guys talking about sniping, truth, I don't know how, investments. And all. So I'm going to talk about it in further detail. So if this is your type of video, hit the like button, drop a sub. We're going to try to go into all detail. Basically going to go inside my mind and tell you guys basically what I do when it comes to content days. The reason why today is the perfect day to do it because there's no content. So you can apply these principles that I'm teaching you in this video to every other content drop, right? You see the coins are getting back up. We should be over 2 million once everything sells. And some of the stuff I'm doing in this video, I've been doing, the last couple of days with the game changers and the story of the weeks, and I'll show y'all in my auction house. So again, hit the like button, drop a sub. I appreciate all the love and support. Without further ado, man, let's get into it.
Hey, ain't we been through it all? Then we sleep on them floors. Everybody we thought we needed, we don't need them no more. Run it up, don't check the score. No, I'm balling.
Alrighty then, sniping. Let's break it down. Now, for those who are new to college football or college football ultimate team, what is sniping? It's generally when you get something at a cheaper price than what it's normally going for, right? So something's going for, let's say, 40K, you snipe it for 26. And things of that nature, right? Now, so there's a couple of key concepts I want you guys to understand what I'm talking about, because I'm going to talk about a lot in this video. Overlisting or lazy selling, right? Are some of the main, one of the main things I'm going to talk about a lot in this video. Now, what that is, if we look at go to the auction house, right? There are two things you can do, right? You can filter down, which that's another concept I guys want you to learn, or you can look at it at the lazy sale or the unfiltered price. So if we just go to 94s to 95s, right? And you just look at it at the grain of salt. 94s are going for 28K. If you scroll down and you look at 95s, it's going for 38K. So what does that tell me? That tells me if I get any 95 or 94, I can sell 94s for 28K at a lazy sale or unfiltered price, or I can sell 95s at a 38K or 40K unfiltered price, right? But when it comes to sniping, so remember that, right? When it comes to sniping, you always, me personally, I like to sit at newest. The reason why in this game and in Madden Ultimate Team, sometimes when things get listed, they don't show to the 56th, 55th minute, right? So if you're looking on just buy now, first of all, buy now is going to show you the cheapest, but it won't show you if something's posted for like 7 hours, 12 hours, 24 hours, right? It'll usually show the one with the lowest time remaining, as you can see. So I'm going to go down to game changers because I've been doing this for the last couple of days. Find game changers 94s at 19K, and you can see if you even filter down, game changers are a little bit even more expensive, right? So if you get a game changer for 19K at 94, you can relist it for 30K. And it's important when sniping that you know your prices, right? So for me, I know 93s, their lowest price is 11K, 94s is 19K, 95s is 30K, 96s is 49K, 97s are 77K, and then 98s are like 120K. That's very important to learn when sniping, right? But you always want to go to newest, right? And then what you can do is you can filter from offense to defense. It also depends if this is content day, right? Content day, I would probably go through positions, but this is a day after content or 2 days after content in terms of game changes, right? You can obviously look at a couple things right now. It's important also to know prices of position. So I know for a fact if I wanted to, you see this Brady Wilson right here. I know if I wanted to, I can snipe him for 39K and relist for 50K. Now, you guys may see truth. How do you know? How do you know about that? It's because I've done it. That's how I know about it, right? So you can see there's only one up for 42K and the next one up is for 50K, right? And because this one's up for 23 hours, no one's going to see this on the auction house unless they go to center, game changer, Brady Wilson, right? So I'm going to try to do this in the video real quick where I'm going to snipe this, which to me it is a snipe. It's not, you want to get it as close to minimum as possible, which the minimum for 95s are 30K. But because I know the specific price of this center, and I tell you guys all the time, offensive linemen are rare, I can flip this for 50K. Now, after tax, it's not that much. It's about 6K. But you guys got to remember, if you're doing a lot of this, and look, it doesn't take long. You see, it just took me, and this is on a non-content day, remember. It took me about, like 2 minutes to find that one. So imagine on content day, for example, game changers next week, when these cards are flying in and out of packs, how easy this is to do, right? Now, also one thing I want to talk to you guys about when it comes to investing. There are such things as short-term investments and long-term investments. And I try to explain this in the Discord, but I think it was best if I explained it in a video too. Short-term investments for me are 1, maybe 2 day investments. More than likely for me, a short-term investment, I'm doing that. I'm flipping it right away, right? Or it could be considered flipping, but I like to call it a short-term investment. Long-term investment are like 2 days plus, right? For example, the Legends I bought this past weekend, they were a long-term investment because I knew they wouldn't necessarily hit specifically probably until Wednesday or today, Thursday, when you're seeing this, just because we don't have a rewind promo today, so the market should be at this highest today. So I knew that was going to happen. So you got to be mindful of that, right? When you're investing in something, are you doing it for long term or are you doing it for the short term? That's something to keep in mind when it comes to this. Now, I'm hoping that sells in this video so you guys can see how that flipping works. Here's another one. Now, we looked before and seen that 94s are going for 30K, right? I just got that at the minimum. Look, that's 2 in less than 5 minutes that I've got. And I know a lot of you guys thinking, oh, you have to sit here and snipe and do all this. You really don't have to if you know where to look, right? If you know where to look, you can do that, relist. We're going to make like 7K on that. Now, I know it's not big, again, but if you take 30 minutes before you play your game and you get like 10 of these on the auction house at 6 or 7K a piece, 10 times 6 or 7K after tax, 60 to 7K you made in an hour while you're playing your game and you're waiting for these things to sell. You get what I'm saying? So like one thing I always like to do when I'm doing this, I always like to make sure every night before I go to bed, if you're playing this game before you get off, to make sure I have 20 things on the auction house, maybe listed for 8 hours. So that way when I wake up, you know, it doesn't matter because I'm asleep, so I'm not going to be sniping. But if I wake up and these things sell, fantastic. Absolutely great. So look, you can do the same thing with Scheme Spotlight. And I'll show you a couple things that I've already sniped with Scheme Spotlight for 30K. I literally just did one. And I'll see if I can show it to you in my bids. Literally before this video, I just did one where you see 30K, 30K, 30K. Now I got Connor Mays for 63K. And I got Braxton Miller for 74K. I can show you guys as well what I sold for. I have a bunch of my legends still up because I had so many legends. But if we go to newest and we look at some of this, remember the one I literally just got this, I would say about 2 minutes before recording, for 30K, relist for 42K, easy 7K made, right? Another one, you guys seen me get it for 30K, relisted for 40K, boom. Now you guys may think, how do you know this? Like we looked at before, that unfiltered or lazy sell price, I didn't sell them at the 30K. I sold them at the 40K because I knew that's what they're going to sell at, right? So we still have this one that's going to sell. I do believe these are going to sell as well, right? And then obviously we have other things that we bought over time and things like that. So you can see there's my Connor Mays. I got for 63K, got it for 89. There's my Braxton Miller. I got it for 74K, sold it for 94K. Again, these sold overnight too. I did this before I went to bed. There's another 95 I got for 30K, sold for 41. I think I got that Will Anderson for 55, sold for 76. Now, like I said, it's to me, it's not that difficult. You just got to know what you're doing when it comes to it. So the biggest thing, like I said, I always want to go to newest. Now, this is also something, a lot of people don't actually look at this, and you can get a lot of cards this way. Excuse me, as it loads up, is looking at the time remaining. Now you can see right now the time remaining, it's not showing much of anything, but if you go to time remaining, sometimes you can get a snipe here. I'll be honest, sometimes you can get a snipe. Now I advise doing this on Game Changer Day, or like tomorrow, do it for Fraternity Day. So if we're preparing for tomorrow, right, and we're preparing for fraternities, I always say this: if you find a card near a minimum, no matter who or what the card is, you buy it. Why? It's because you can always lazy sell it or sell it at an unfiltered price when it comes to this game, right? So for next week, like for example, tomorrow with fraternities, it should be 97s or 96s. If you get on here and you see a 96 at 49K, don't think twice about it, just buy it, because then you can relist it for 70K and make yourself 14K. Same thing with the 97s. If you see a 97 tomorrow fraternity, which they're usually cheap when they first drop, if you see a fraternity for 77K, buy it. Don't think twice about it, right? Do not think twice about it, because at the end of the day, they will rise. And at worst, you have cheap training. But I can guarantee you they will rise. For some reason, fraternities, like these are already at 97K right now. dropping 20K is not that big of a deal, right? And you getting these, and you can see they're at 97 now. You could probably lazy sell them if you get them from 77 for 100K, and then you can make your coins back. So when it comes to sniping, man, one, you got to be patient, but two, you kind of got to know, like I said, where you're going, how you're doing it, and things of that nature. Tomorrow, another good filter is going to be training 93s and 94 fraternities, because they'll be at the absolute cheapest, right? So, yeah, let me know down below if you guys have any questions, any queries. Queries, that's the Australian coming out of me. But when it comes to this, man, like I said, I think the sniping is a underrated aspect. And back in the day in Madden, sniping used to be a huge thing in listing and unlisting cards. And look, you can do this with LTDs when it comes to those type of things. And I love this feature that they've given us this year in terms of actually looking at LTDs. So you can actually filter just LTDs. I don't think a lot of people know about this right here. And you can get a lot of LTD snipes that way, right? You can get an absolute lot of LTD snipes that way. But yeah, man, that's it when it comes to, like I said, I don't think this video needs to be long and drawn out. If you apply those principles, man, like I said, I think you can easily get stuff at a cheaper price. Like I said, I've shown you guys in this video where I've gotten stuff. I got two in this video that were at a ridiculous price in my opinion. Honestly, if I wanted to, I can check this Ethan Vasco, right? And I wanted to say this too. Minimum to me is 2 to 3K from the actual price. So this is 3K from 30K. To me, that's minimum, right? Because I could probably sell him for like 45K if I'm patient, but I'm not going to take him, because if I was getting for training, I would just take that and rock, right, and move on. But yeah, man, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully this helped you guys out a little bit when it comes to sniping. And this is essentially how I get my prices when it comes to investing too. Go to newest. You can go to the specific card if you want to, or you can break it down by offense or defense. So that's it, man. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Hopefully, like I said, I got a couple in this video. Probably have to wait a little bit for them to sell. This is the best to do when you want to play a game. You do this for 10 to 15 minutes, list the cards, you go play your game, and when you come back, they're sold. That happens to me so often that if I'm playing, 2 games, in between games, I take 10 minutes to do a little bit of sniping, relisting, and I can make, in between my games, make 50 or 60K, which I know in this game, 50 and 60K is a lot. 60K is essentially a 96 overall, which the champions are 97. So if you can list in between games and basically get yourself a 96 or 97 overall card, why wouldn't you do it? I'm out. Deuces.